Ladies and gentlemen, the collaboration you did not know you needed. Los Boys Podcast with Sergio Esparza. This man has worked with Lyrical Lemonade, Summer Smash, artists like Lucki. He's a videographer that just is getting after it on the scene. Ladies and gentlemen, our very special guest today, Sergio Esparza.
Happy to be here. Happy to be here.
How's it going, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Doing good. Happy to be here. Excited. A lot of stuff I'm sure we got to talk about.
Yup. So you want to tell us a little bit about yourself real quick?
I just turned 21 at the end of August. I've been doing...
Woo!
Right.
21.
21. It's that year, man. I'm excited for what's ahead. But I've been doing videos for like the last 2 years now, like 2.5. At like the very beginning of COVID is when I started. And I've just kind of been learning and trial and error ever since then. And I've had some cool stuff happen since then. So I'm excited.
What's the coolest thing that you've had happen so far?
For me, it would definitely be, I think, getting to help film like the recaps for Summer Smash, the daily recaps. That was like, because I was trying to get in it back in 2021, and I didn't really like know anybody yet, like networking wise or connection wise. So then because the year before 2020, it was canceled because of COVID, obviously. But 2019, I went with some friends at the time. And then I remember ever since then, like I knew I wanted to do the video stuff because when I went in 2019, I had just graduated, but I still didn't. I always knew I wanted to do the video stuff, but I wasn't into it yet. But then 2020 got canceled. 2021, I sent out a couple emails and stuff. Didn't really know who to reach out to about that kind of stuff.
Oh, to try to get out there and like, do videos?
Yeah, and like film for them, you know? So then 2022, once it happened a few months ago, it was like, I remember like, it didn't even hit me until like a couple weeks after, like, because once we were there shooting and editing, you know, like from one set, like editing on site and everything, it was like, oh shit, like I just got to shoot some of my favorite artists, bro. Like it was like surreal, definitely.
Which one was one of your favorite artists that you shot with?
Definitely, like at Summer Smash.
Yeah.
I think my favorite set that I filmed was definitely Lil Skies, cause like,
Lil
Skies definitely, bro. Like that was really one of my that was all I listened to after like one of my. I don't say all I listened to, but like one of my heaviest listened to artists in high school, especially after like, I think I found his music around junior year, around this time, so like 5 years ago. And ever since then, I've just always rocked with his music, super heavy.
He's the one that has the song I, right?
Yeah, Red Roses, Welcome to the Rodeo. And dude, even like his SoundCloud selection of like more low-key, I don't want to say unreleased stuff, but just like, you know, SoundCloud stuff is like super like, I don't know, I just think he's like, I don't know. I think he's still like underrated. Like he was definitely super huge for a couple years. I feel like he's still big and everything, but I feel like he deserves more recognition.
Has he came out with it? I haven't heard from him recently.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
it's been like a year or two.
I think it's been almost 2 years since his last album. But I still rock with his music super heavy. I'm excited for him to drop something new.
I want to ask, how did you get into this? What made you want to like pursue this? Actually, I should say it like this. So your bio on Twitter is dropped out to make movies.
TikTok.
Yep, TikTok. What made you want to drop out to make movies?
So I remember, I went to, fuck, my bad. Wait, can I swear on this? I don't know.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, bet.
I'm censored.
So that's what I like. So I graduated 2019 out of high school, and I remember feeling like, kind of like, not lost, but I was kind of like, damn, like it was hitting me like,
Like,
damn,
what am I doing and stuff?
Yeah, like I was like, I'm an adult now, bro. You know, it's like the last 12 years I've been in school, like my whole life. You know what I mean? Ever since you can last recall, like you know, like everything has been school, and like I always kind of struggled in school. So like I always felt like I always felt kind of like, I don't say dumb, but like I always felt like, I would always think to myself like, oh, I'm just dumb. Like I don't understand how.
Like school wasn't for you.
Yeah, but I would always take it as like, oh, I'm just a dumb person. You know what I mean? But it was like, nah, like it just wasn't for me. You know what I mean? Like for what my true purpose was. And so then I still went to college for 1 year essentially at ECC, the community college, and I was taking a couple of classes like full time, going to school and whatnot. And then once COVID hit, me and my homie Kirk, shout out to him, he supported me a bunch throughout the years, like always showed me hella love, like always believed in me. That shit really, like, there's one thing I gotta say in this podcast is like supporting your homies and really showing them like genuine love and support. Like that really goes a long way in like helping push somebody to be better. But what I was gonna say was, my bad, I'll be getting off track hella. But basically, my homie, he was thinking about just switching to trade school stuff like HVAC and stuff. So like, okay, like I know I don't really want to do the school stuff, but I think a part of me knew that like I didn't want to just tell my parents like, oh, I'm gonna drop out and do videos, you know, because I felt like I wasn't at that level yet.
Right.
And so I switched to trade school. Told my parents about it. They were kind of iffy about it, but they're like, okay, like, you know, you're doing trade, so it's fine. I was in that from like September 2020, August 2020. And then I did it for a few months. I liked it. I was pretty decent at it. I'd say I was doing HVAC. So it's like heating, ventilation, that kind of stuff. And I liked it. Like, and I got a lot of respect for people who do that, bro. Like, that shit is like manual labor for real. Like, that takes a toll on the body. But it, you know, it pays pretty good. It's like a secure job and whatever. Yeah. So, I mean, I was going to school for it. Still, I did like one install job with my same friend Kirk. And but I was just like, the whole time I was always just thinking like, bro, like I knew deep down like I don't want to do this, you know what I mean? Like this isn't my like main passion. I'm not waking up at 6 a.m. like, damn, let me go install this thing, you know? It's like, bro, I want to go. I'll get up at 4 a.m, go shoot a video. Like right. I'll have all like, doesn't matter how tired I am, I'm gonna get the video done, you know?
Because you love doing it.
Exactly. It's like when you really love doing something, it's like it doesn't matter how tired you are, whatever's going on in life. Like that's like your escape. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's how I felt. Videos have always been for me. My bad, I'm getting super off track again, but so basically, and then I went on a trip to Arizona with my same friend Kirk, met some cool people out there, and like while I was out there, I was starting to realize I was like, bro, like this like HVAC stuff just isn't for me. Like I again still I wouldn't say like even now I still want to improve and go a long way, but like around that time I still definitely wasn't at like the knowledge or level of stuff that I know now. But even at that time, I was like, okay, bro, like I got to take that step and just drop out and fully focus on the videos. And I'm still, like, even now, I still work my regular job. I balance both of them. But, yeah, so pretty much ever since then, since like February 2021, I was like, you know, I'm going all out on the videos. I'm dropping out. I'm committing to this 110%, no matter what it takes.
But why videography? Like, why pick up a camera? Why not pick up a microphone, or why not paint? What was it that specifically was like, I want to make movies, that was your call?
Right. So I think for me, like when I was in 6th grade, 5th or 6th grade, I was really into like WWE and like all the like, you know, like even now I still check in on it, see what's happening with it. Like I would definitely be down to go to like a wrestling event or something. Like something about it is always just have my attraction, you know, like my favorite wrestlers are always like Randy Orton, Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio, you know, of course me, you know, being fully Mexican, of course I loved Rey Mysterio, you know, but
So wait, what do you think about his son? You saw what's going on?
Yeah, I've seen some of that stuff. Cause I be like I said, you know, I be checking in on it sometimes. I wouldn't know about it too much, but it's pretty dope to see like, damn, like a legend's son is gonna, you know, continue like the legacy.
Well, the one thing though is, did you still keep up with WWE after you found out it was fake, or you already knew it was fake?
I think I definitely always knew it was like. Even now, like I feel like I have such a respect for it that I don't like to say fake, you know, just because like scripted, yeah. But I think there's a huge talent behind like because it's acting, a sport, and like a lot of things in one, you know. So I got a lot of respect for it. But
I'm just saying that because I remember when I think it was like 2010, I think. Mm-hmm. I was into it still, dude. I was in middle school. I was into it. And then one homie came up to me like, "Hey, bro, you know that shit's fake?" And I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Right. I mean,
I looked it up, bro. That ruined your whole childhood.
Right.
That broke my heart. I'm like, "But you telling me that this could have gone both ways, but they decided to go on?" I was just like disappointed.
One way as opposed to the other.
Yeah, that shit. It's like telling a little kid Santa's not real.
Exactly, bro. That's literally how like the heart is like damn near a heartbreak.
I was really bummed. I was like, damn, I was about to cry too. I was like, shit, man, this is fake. Like, I don't know, man.
Right.
So crazy. WWE was what got you into wanting to.
Well, so here's the thing. Because I was so into that, like I would see like. I don't even know how I came across the animations, but I came across people who would like buy the action figures and do like little stop motion animations with them on YouTube. And bro, some of these people were so talented. Like, hopefully, who knows, one of them sees this interview, but like some of them I can always remember is like one YouTuber was named KK Darden, LKS, JWS owner. Like, dude, these people were like crazy talented. Like, this looked like just real as hell. Like, it was like the level of animation for like what they were using was just crazy. So. I mean, I never forget. It was February 2013 or 2014, and I just watched a tutorial on how to do it. And I got my sister's it was like a Sony CyberShot camera, and I still have it.
I remember
yeah, it's like a nice little compact one. Yeah, like 12, 14.
The point and shoots.
It's basically like a point and shoot. Okay. It does some video, but nothing crazy.
Slim ones, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I just bought a new battery for it recently. I started using it again, just for fun. You know, when I go out with friends or something. Yeah. But what's it called? So I started doing that, and I feel like I got used to it. I got the hang of it pretty quick. And before I even started putting it like in the system, like I would just like look at the pictures that I would take, and I would just like scroll through the camera, and you could kind of see it play out a little bit on the camera. You know what I mean? And so then like I tried using Windows Movie Maker to animate them. For some reason, like I don't know why, but Windows Movie Maker never worked on my mom's computer. So I was using like a bogus ass computer.
What were you downloading, bro, that didn't make it work?
LimeWire.
Right. I know, bro. I don't even know what it was. Like it just like it would always be crashing. But my cousin Roberto downloaded Sony Vegas, Sony Vegas 12. So that's what I would use the most. For some reason that worked, but the Windows Movie Maker didn't.
Right.
So I used that. That's what first got me into photos/video.
So you made videos on animation.
Exactly, and I would upload them to a YouTube account. I had 2 at the time, and I haven't touched those accounts in years. But I still have, like the logins and everything.
Yeah.
But
that's crazy though, cause I actually did animation. It's still on my YouTube.
Really?
It's called Cool Mexican 3. That was a YouTube one, and I have like 2-3 animations of like I got my sister's like little action figure toys like. And I did what you know like animation.
Right, like move it a little bit, take a picture.
And I still remember I had 2 chipmunks, right? Alvin the Chipmunks. I had 2 of those, and then with the cars.
Were they real chipmunks? You were saying?
No, it was the toy from McDonald's.
Okay.
And then I had the cars, Lightning McQueen.
Okay.
And I did a little like 30-second video where they just crashed. He just crashed
run into each other.
And I did it like picture by picture by picture.
Okay.
It's still up on YouTube because I got into that too a little bit, but never to like. You know what you're talking about.
Right. I think that's dope though to even just try out anything and like I don't know. It's kind of like I was kind of off topic, but like kind of like you tried that. Like I don't know. There's just so many cool things in the world that you can always try and like.
And there's a lot of cool things you can do with video and
exactly.
And
there's endless like definitely, and I feel like me doing those animations with the action figures like after I think once I got into middle school I just stopped doing it for whatever reason, and I think a part of me felt like I'm too old for this, and I do wish I would have never stopped doing it, but at the same time, like, you know, everything happens for a reason, whatever it may be. But I remember senior year is when I was really starting to get like more into music and hearing about like Lyrical Lemonade, what Cole Bennet was doing. I first heard about it in my junior year from a good friend, Luke Hunter. Right. He was the first person who ever showed me.
Oh, dude, I remember him.
You remember him? Yeah, that's one of my boys. I still work with him at Target
funny,
too.
Bro.
Yeah,
He's
funny guy, bro.
Hell.
Shout out to Luke Hunter if he sees this. That's my boy. He's shown me a lot of love throughout the years too of me like pursuing this video stuff. But where was I going with that? Oh, so senior year, there's this one kid, Jackson Korea. So I was a senior, and I think he was a freshman or maybe even a sophomore, maybe a freshman at the time. And he was doing videos for like local artists. And I never forget, I saw this one video he did for this one artist back at home. His name was Wavy Wave. He still makes music too. His stuff's dope. And Jackson did like the music video. And dude, I was just so like blown away. I was like, bro, this 15-year-old kid is going crazy, bro. Like even now I watch back and I still feel like that video is like so timeless. Like of course there's a couple things where like you can see like, oh, like that was definitely like the style or whatever at that time. But even like watching it now, it's like, damn, this video is still raw as hell, bro. Like there's shit in there that I don't even know how to do yet. You know what I mean? So I feel like Jackson was so ahead of his time. But he was one of my very first like really big inspirations to like. Because I feel like at that time, the whole video thing was still in my head. Like, concept of, I don't know what I want to do, but I want to do something with video. And I think that was one of those kind of, like, pushes that started steering me in the direction of music videos and everything Cole Bennet was doing. So
I got a question for you because, low-key, I'm kind of hyped for you. Because I had seen, low-key, when you posted that Cole Bennet signed your camera.
Oh, yeah. At the
He signed
park
your fucking VHS camera. Yeah. Have you ever done any work with Cole Bennet? Like, I know you did the whole Lyrical Lemonade, and I kind of want to ask you a little bit about that.
Right.
Like, how'd you go about that? How'd you get that opportunity? Right. Obviously, for, like, the people that don't know.
No, yeah, definitely.
But, you know, I'm kind of curious.
Right. So, I've never done anything with Cole directly.
Right.
I've really only talked to him, like, 2-3 times, which was really cool, honestly. I talked to him, like, I went to this park cleanup, the one they do before Summer Smash at Douglas Park. And I got to talk to him there a little bit. It was really cool. It was like super genuine dude, honestly. Like I feel like the same way he was like, I don't want to say portrays himself, but like the same like personality you see online. It seems like it's the same energy in person, which is really cool. Like, because there's definitely been times where like I've met like artists and stuff where it's kind of like, you know, which I get it. You know, you're kind of brushed off to the side a little bit because you know you're just a fan at the end of the day. Right. So, which again, I totally understand. You know, you can never take that stuff personal, but it's like to have a genuine conversation with somebody like at his level. It was cool. You know. Yeah. But I got to talk with him a little bit. We talked to him about like I don't even know. It was like video stuff in the camera. And he signed in. That was it pretty much. And then I saw him at Summer Smash. I just asked him to do some quick stuff for like a video thing I was doing for the daily recap. Other than that, hasn't been too much.
So when you do those daily recaps, what does it go to? Because I see you do a lot of those like I don't know if it's considered media. I don't know the exact term for it. But like when an artist goes on stage, I see that you're the one that's like recording a lot of these artists' performances.
Right. So you're saying like a Summer Smash or like local?
I guess in general, because I saw you did it with Lucki too in Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
But I guess with those clips, where does it go to? Do you sell them to the artist? Do you just use them to like give them more clout or more hype?
So I feel like everything kind of depends. Like, for example, like when I went to Atlanta, like I had seen that concert was gonna happen like back in January, and I was like, oh, my homie Ojimo, which shout out Ojimo, one of my biggest supporters too. Excuse me. But so I was like, all right, bro. I told him, I was like, I'm trying to go out there in April, and I'm gonna find a way in, like, into that show some way somehow. So I got my ticket, went out there, my flight ticket, because I didn't even buy my ticket for the concert or anything, because I was like, I'm gonna get into the show like one way or the other. And so I went out there, and like I was out there for like 4 or 5 days, maybe 3 or 4 around there. But just to see Atlanta and see what's up with my homie, like see what he's doing out there and stuff, trying to make some connections out there.
Right.
And then what happened? So then it was like 2 days after I'd been there. It was the day of the show, and I had reached out to like Lucky's manager. Of course, shot Lucky a DM, which usually it's unlikely that they'll see them, but it's always worth the try. I had tweeted at him too, didn't see it. But so what I did was like, I was like, all right, like I made a little video, like, and uploaded it as a reel. And I was like, oh, like, what's up? My name's Sergio Esparza. I'm in Atlanta. I really want to get to this show. I need everybody to tag.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah. I need everybody to tag Lucky, his manager, and like the venue host, and all my friends and people that support me were tagging him, because it was like, I understand like if they don't see a DM, you know what I mean? I'm sure they're getting DMs all the time, but like if they're getting tagged in the same post, like it's gonna blow up the notification feed,
I was one of those people, bro. Because
bro, I didn't even get to see who commented, bro, because it was getting so many, and he low-key saw it pretty quick. Yeah. So I was like, oh shit, and like I didn't want his thing to keep getting like spam, so I just archived it right away before I could even see. But I remember seeing like hella people were commenting. I was like, oh shit, like I was like even things like that, bro, like that means the world to me. I was like, damn, like these people are really trying to help me. Like it seems like such a little thing, but like it really went such a long way. You know what I mean? And it's like, damn, like these people are really helping me.
Well, the reason why I commented, like I added Lucky on it, because I'm not sure if you remember, but me and you kind of relatively started our journey like at the same time.
Around the same time, yeah, definitely.
And you went this route, and I'm doing my own thing too.
Right.
And in many ways, like you inspired me, and a lot of times, like when I would see you like booking these things or like having these opportunities or being with Cole Bennet or being with Lucky, I'm like, damn, I really fucking believe in this guy. You know?
I appreciate that,
bro. But then on top of that, it would push me, because I'm like, shit, if he can do it, like I can do it too.
Hell yeah, definitely.
And I'm like, I just gotta keep being consistent.
Keep pushing, 100%.
Just keep going, and if you fucking fall, just pick yourself up and keep going.
Definitely.
So that's why I think when I seen that, like you kind of like tweeted it, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta show this man love, because shit, I just knew you needed that opportunity.
No, definitely. I appreciate it, bro.
That's fucking
That's
dope.
crazy to hear, too. Like, when you tell me, like, there's been a couple other people, too, they'll tell me, like, oh, you've inspired me to do this or that. And it's like, damn, bro. Like, I feel like I mean, how do I say this? Like, I feel like everything I've done has been nothing special.
Right.
Yeah. Of course, that's how it feels when you're the one doing it. Mm-hmm. I guess, like, I got to give myself some credit. I don't know how to say. I don't want to word it wrongly.
But that pushes you more, no? Hearing that from people,
right? Definitely. Like, but it's like weird to hear, because I don't feel like it's anything special. You know what I mean? Right. I feel like anybody could do this.
You know what I think it is? I think it's the fact that people just are genuinely afraid to fucking pursue what they want to fucking do.
That or like fail. I feel like are missed.
I like real talk. Even in the same aspect of like, I would say like, with what I do, it's like not even on anywhere close to the scale that I would love for it to be at. But even I've had like, maybe 2-3 people tell me the same thing.
Right.
And I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. And a lot of people don't understand that for a creator means even more than if you were to like I guess monetize your fucking craft.
Right.
Like, people coming up to you and be like, yo, I fuck with your shit, keep doing it, I believe in you.
Right.
To me, gives me more, like, energy points to just be like, yo, I'm fucking hyped. Like, this means more to me than
any money or whatever it could be, definitely. Yeah. And that's how I feel, too, bro. Like, when it's like when people tell me that's like when you just told me that like that just gives me even more drive to like, all right, there's people who believe in me, like I can't let up, like you know, I gotta go even harder, you know, keep applying more pressure, work 10 times harder, you know. I would like, for me, like I always want to top my last project, you know what I mean, like
Mr. Beast it.
Exactly. I always want to you know, top whatever I just did, you know. And I know like when Summer Smash happened, I remember at one point I was thinking like, damn, like this is like pretty big, you know, like I after this I can't let up, like I got to make sure I top myself, you know, top I don't know, like I'll do the last thing I just did.
Does that give you a sense of burnout though?
Honestly, that's the thing, like I don't know, honestly, just cuz like I feel like these last couple months have been kind of tricky. Like I feel like I've been like since the lockdown, you know, since like COVID started, you know, I told myself, okay, like it's time to lock in. Like this is the perfect time. Like ain't shit going on. Like this is the time. It's now or never, you know, to really like pursue what I'm doing. So I feel like since day one, I've been like nonstop on the go. And I feel like in the last couple months, I felt a little burnt out, a little bit, like around a little bit after Summer Smash. But I feel like even though I have felt a little burnout, I don't feel like I've let up off the pressure. You know what I mean? So I feel like I'm still going, but I think it comes down to more like balance. Like that's why I keep telling my homie Eric about. You guys can't see him, but shout out my homie Eric. He does all my behind the scenes stuff. Real guy right here. You guys gotta check out his work.
What does he do behind the scenes? Shout out Eric.
All right, hey, Lucid Media _ on Instagram. You can find him on all platforms. I think it's great. Like the mindset I came into this like craft with, like, you know, always keep applying pressure, but I think it's also like find things that give you inspiration, like because like if you're always creating, like you're gonna eventually run out of like ideas, I guess, to like of what you want to find to create. I don't know if that makes any sense, but basically like if you don't experience life, like you're not gonna have anything to create from, you know what I mean? So it's like go out, have fun here and there, but yeah, just I feel like I kind of didn't really answer the question too well, but as far as the burnout, I haven't hit it yet, like super hardly. Right. I feel like I was about to, but like yesterday I was with one of my homies and like I had a realization and I was like, damn, bro, like I have like a lot of really, really good opportunities in front of me right now. And like right now is not the time to like burn out or crash out or anything. Like right now is the time to put the pedal to the metal, like go 10 times harder, you know what I'm saying? So I'm really excited for these next 2 months. I'm gonna really try to do some crazy shit. I'll do myself.
What do you have coming up?
So I have a couple of things coming up. I don't want to like talk about them too much just because if they don't go through, you know what I mean? I wouldn't want to like disappoint people who watch or like myself. So I can't say too much about them, but I do have a couple cool things planned that, you know, if they come to fruition, people will see. But just stay tuned, basically. You know, there's a couple good cool things in line, to say the least.
Ojimo, you seen on his IG when he was trying to get into Kanye's?
Bro,
that was wild.
Dude, I was there.
Really? In Atlanta?
There. Yeah, I was there.
No shit.
And I hit up Ojimo, and I was just like, me and him kind of were talking, I think the day before, because this was so last minute. And I was like, yo, I'm going to be out there in Atlanta, bro. If you want to go together, we'll fucking go. And Ojimo's like, I'm going to sneak in. And I'm like, that's crazy.
Right.
You could do that. I came all the way from Chicago. I don't know if I'd sneak in just to get kicked out.
Right. Take the risk.
Like, yeah. So,
but dude, he
came in there, and bro, this man printed out a whole pass, like an ID or something, made it all the way through. He took some fire Donda pics, and then he got kicked out and banned.
From the stadium?
Yeah. So he made it, but he
told me he got banned. I think the ban just let off because he got banned for like a year. Out of the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. But I think the first time he got the pictures, but he was just in the crowd. I think the second time he told me that he did the pass thing, and he got kicked out before he could take any pictures, I think, because he got there like 2 hours before it started, and I remember at one point he told me that Kanye was like right in front of him, and he was like, "What the hell? Like this is so trippy." And then once some security guard kept asking him like, "Oh, who he was with," and they caught on eventually. But I mean, it was still worth it's one of those things where it's like you take the risk. Sometimes it plays out, sometimes it doesn't. But like even just to have the courage to like want it that badly that you'll do that. Like I think that says a lot about like your ambition and your courage to do something and really chase what you want. You know what I mean? So
hell yeah. Who would you say is your biggest inspiration?
As far as like videos or
I guess just like artists, music artists, like graphic design artists, anyone.
Right.
Your dad.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't know. I was gonna say. I think first and foremost is my dad. Like honestly, like
Yeah.
I think I owe my dad everything. Like my, I'm blessed enough to have the father that I have. Like, I mean, my dad came from nothing. My dad was born in Mexico. Didn't have much growing up as a kid. Worked his ass off his whole life to have the life he has now. So I think like even though that connects in no way to what I'm doing in my music stuff, video stuff, I think me growing up always seeing this man like busting his ass for his family, and like to have something better for his family has always like sparked a fire in me. Like, damn, okay, like I don't know what I'm gonna do, but when I do it, I want to do it at 110%, just the same way my dad has, because I've seen his work ethic.
You ever have a hard time like getting into what you want to do because of what your parents want for you and they want what's best for you, and then you're like no, like I want to pursue my dreams, I want to do this, like
yeah.
I want to, like you just like envision yourself like in a whole different direction,
Right.
and like it's like right there, like you can grab it.
And it's hard to show that to, like, again, like I said, my dad was born in Mexico, came from nothing,
Right.
so yeah, very traditional. So it's like I remember, like, I don't think I've ever like really been like too mad about like, oh, why they don't understand the vision, because it's like I get it, you know what I mean? Like they come from a whole different era where technology was not a thing, nobody was making a living off videos or whatever it may be. So it's like I understand why they couldn't fully understand at first,
Right.
but
dude, social media is still a new thing.
yeah, bro, it's still
Social
very
media,
new.
cameras,
like, yeah,
fucking-
bro,
we got cameras, microphones, computers, all in like literally in one.
yeah,
in
bro.
our,
Within
in
the last
palm of our hand.
5 to 15 years, like it's just
Exactly. Like, bro, we were
skyrocketed.
kids when the internet wasn't even on a phone. I remember when my aunt came home to flex on us that she had internet on her phone.
The Razor.
Like, dude, this is all still new, and I keep trying to convince people that
This is
like,
just a
it's
start, bro.
different-
This is just a
exactly.
start. The whole world is gonna change.
But I want to ask you, for people that are also, I guess, first gen creatives that want to pursue their dreams, what would you say is like your recommendation to like cope with, obviously, like your parents want what's best for you, but you want to do what you want to do?
Right.
What would you say is the best way to kind of like, I guess, maneuver through the weeds,
Right.
the bullshit, and just kind of
Right.
figure it out,
I think it's important to know, like, if you see a vision and you believe in it and you know that you have the work ethic you need to get where you want to be, like, you're going to get there regardless. So, like, you kind of have to, like, you're going to have to kind of deal with the kind of criticism to an extent, like, I think one is accepting that people won't accept you fully until they, see the finished thing. But it's like, just clear out the noise and just keep pushing, really. Like, that's all it really is. Because it's like, I feel like I have friends who have told me similar stories, and it's like, at the end of the day, you're not going to change somebody's mind by just telling them. You're only going to be able to change their mind or their point of view by showing them, So it's like, if I show you I'm working with these huge artists or making X amount of money from doing this, like, people want results, you know what I mean? So it's like, go get the results and show your whoever it may be that doesn't believe in it or whatever, and that feeling's going to be very, very special, I think. But also, like, don't hold on to that grudge of like, they didn't believe in me or whatever, like, don't do it for those
My math
reasons.
teacher said I wasn't gonna be shit.
Right. And like I definitely be having those feelings sometimes a little bit. I think it's human nature. It's like natural a little bit to kind of have like, I'm gonna prove this person wrong, wrong. But it's like at the end of the day, you gotta do it for yourself, Like, if you can prove someone wrong, I guess, that's kind of a plus, but it's like, don't hold that resentment towards that person, or, cause it's like, it's never personal, you know what I mean? Cause again, like, same with my family, like, I could be like bitter or some shit like that. Maybe at first they didn't really believe in it too much, or they weren't like too sure about it, but it's like, bro, like, at the end of the day, it's like, they don't know what the world is like now, you know what I mean? So.
Sorry, no,
you're
facts.
good.
I respect that, but I just had this thought in my head, and I just thought about this because we were talking about this behind the scenes. But it's this one TikTok video we were talking about where it's just like POV. You're the cameraman shooting a music video in the hood.
Right.
And you're just like this, and then everyone's just like
With the guns, yeah, man.
But how do you feel? Because obviously, I feel like what you do kind of requires having your ear on the street a little bit and knowing who's coming up.
Right.
And like, obviously, a lot of those people, I'm gonna just be straightforward. They're fucking in the slums or in the hood, right?
Right.
So like, when you gotta go to these places that you're like sketched out, like, how the fuck do you deal with that, bro?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like there's definitely like, kind of sus areas sometimes.
But okay, sorry to cut
No,
you off.
you're
But
good,
do you
go ahead.
go with an entourage, or is it mostly like?
I mean, it's
just you?
usually like me and my friends, like, the ones that help me out with
but
the
do
videos.
they ever be like, so who's your friend? Like, they don't be like sketchy.
Right,
like,
so like you talking like the people I'm shooting for.
Yeah.
I low key I try to always like tell them like exactly who I'm coming with, just like to avoid any issues about anything. Like, oh wait, who are all these people? You know, just because I just the way I see it is like, you know, just play it smart, be smart about where you go and whatever. Like, there's definitely been some like sketchy scenarios, but it's like at the end of the day, like I know what I'm getting myself into and I know the risks I'm taking. You know, so it's like,
what's the most sketchy scenario you think you've gotten yourself into?
I don't even know if there's something I want to talk about on camera, to be honest.
Right.
But there's been a couple like scary scenarios, but it's like, you know, I feel like I'm still alive for a reason, you know.
Oh
so
my God,
that's the way I
that
try to
bad?
see it. I mean,
No.
not horrible like that, but like
Right.
more so like.
Okay, have you ever gotten your ass whooped from one of these?
No,
Okay,
I've never
okay.
got my ass beat. It's like
Okay.
it's usually more so like when I say like a sketchy situation, like it's never really involved me. It's more so just like artists like getting
their
into
ops
it
and stuff?
like I wouldn't even know about all that. It's just like just kind of like side stuff on the side that's going on, really. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
whether it's like on the street or in the crib or whatever it may be, just kind of dumb stuff that like I try not to pay attention to it, you know. So I just try to stay clear of it.
Dude,
Really.
right now is your opportunity to snitch on them. Just look at the
No.
camera and say their names and what they did.
I'm
just fucking with you,
I
bro.
stay out of people's business. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is music videos all that you plan on doing, or is that just kind of like the beginning and you want to also tap into doing other projects like documentaries?
I think I
movies?
definitely want to tap into a little bit of everything. Like, I think music videos is, I don't want to say like I'm using it, but like, I mean, I have a huge passion for music videos because I feel like, you know, a song is what, usually 2.5 minutes. And like, I feel like in those 2.5 minutes, you can do so much.
Yeah.
And so like, there's so many endless possibilities with which way you want to take the video. But I love that about music videos, but at the same time, I definitely want to get into like maybe making an anime in the future, a short film. And that's why like lately, like, I mean, like some of my friends are super into cars and I like to do little quick car edits and stuff like that. So I don't know, I like to do a little bit of everything, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm not sure where I'm going to be at in the future, but I know I'm going to be doing like something video related. But music videos will definitely, I'll still be doing those for a long time to come, definitely.
So I got a question for you, man. If somebody comes at you that wants advice, right? Do you love giving that advice, or do you feel like, why should I give you advice? Like almost like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right, like, oh, nobody was there when I started.
Yeah.
so-
Like gatekeeping type shit almost.
I think, like I mentioned to you guys earlier, like, you know, a candle loses nothing by lighting another. So the way I see it is like, there's been a good amount of people that come in my DMs and like ask me for like advice on how do I get into these shows or how do I start making videos, and like I'd say like 99% of the time, as long as I remember, I'm always gonna respond with like a super detailed voice message or text message, telling them what my story was, what I did. Excuse me. And like, and just explaining how to do it, you know, like telling them pretty much what I wish people would have told me when I started. Because there was a lot of things that I thought were the right thing to do when I started, but I really should have been doing something else. So like, if somebody hits me up, I'm going to always give like as much advice as I can, because I just feel like you should always try to help put somebody else in a better position, because it's just going to, you know, it's just good energy. It's going to come back to you anyway. So it's like, why ever gatekeep anything? There's definitely like, I've definitely seen people like not want to help others, I'd say. And it's just like, bro, like we can all win together. There's more than enough for everybody to go, and more than enough for everybody to go around, you know?
Yeah. Well, if you all made it this far, feel free to follow us on the market on YouTube, Los Boys, and that's all, folks.